Peace. This is Watch for Wise Words Media back at y'all for another round. And fight fans, Riyadh season strikes again as Turki Alalshik announced his card for the month of May. And it's a double main event that includes the return of both Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Not sure who's going to be the main event in this double feature. Most likely it'll probably be Ryan. But in any event, you're going to have Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. That fight is going to be, I think, the lead up to that fight is going to be very entertaining. These two guys, you know, they're charismatic. They have a following. So they're going to take jobs. They know each other for a long time. So that's going to make for some good material. They're going to go at each other on the microphone. So the lead up to that fight is going to be entertaining. Honestly, I'd much rather have seen the guy that beat Rolly Romero, Pitbull, step in the ring with Ryan Garcia. I think that would have been a matchup nightmare for Ryan Garcia because Pitbull knows how to close distance. He fights good on the inside. He moves his head well. Like he's a very, very, very talented fighter. And I think he would have caused problems for like the stiff Ryan Garcia, who stands completely straight, and which is a boxing no-no. But in any event, yeah, so you have that as one of the main events, and then in the other main event, you're gonna have the return of Devin Haney versus what's going to be a dangerous opponent in Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is 21-2. He's got 18 knockouts. That's a high knockout percentage. 18 out of 21 fights. And that is going to pose quite the interesting opponent for Devin Haney, coming off of, even though it's a no contest, but the damage has already been done. Devin Haney went down 3 times that fight. And albeit Ryan Garcia was on steroids, he came into the fight 3 pounds heavier. He paid the money. He didn't care because he knew in advance what played out would be what was going to happen. He was going to be bigger than Devin Haney, and big enough to withstand Devin Haney's punches, and simultaneously give Devin Haney far more punishment than he would have had if he would have been 3 pounds lesser, because in boxing every pound counts. So 3 pounds is a substantial amount of weight. For those that don't think so, just look at this. Moving up from 140, the next weight class up is 147. At 143, you're practically halfway there. So he's halfway to welterweight already. So that's a big difference. You couple that with the steroids he was taking. Devin Haney was in for a long night, but he survived the long night. Got to give him credit. Love him, hate him, or indifferent. You gotta give Devin Haney respect. One, because he's never shied away from a fight. He's been one of the only fighters in boxing. I could think of only him and Terrence Crawford that come to mind, that when they say somebody's name, they're going to send them an offer sheet. At the bare minimum, they're going to send them an offer sheet, see if they want to sign a contract. And those are the only 2 guys that in today's boxing that I know that if they say your name, it's because they want the fight. They want the fight. You never hear, oh, Devin Haney disappeared. Oh, he went that direction after he called me out. You never hear that about Terrence Crawford. You never hear that about Devin Haney. So those are 2 guys that if they say your name, most likely they're going to fight you. And, yeah, Devin Haney going down 3 times in the manner that he went down brutally, that can alter a fighter's mindset. A fighter can be very different moving forward. You know, you look at 2 examples, because a fighter could either be very different moving forward, like what happened with Roy Jones. Once Roy Jones got knocked down for the first time by Glenn Johnson, it just, Roy Jones just started going down easier after that. Then you have the other example, which is the opposite. You have Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao went down early in his career. In fact, Manny Pacquiao also went down viciously. I mean, one of the most brutal knockouts I've ever witnessed, when he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. He got knocked out by Marquez badly. And Pacquiao ended up beating one of the top 5 welterweights, maybe one of the top 3 at the time welterweights, in Keith Thurman, and became a world champion 4 years after the Mayweather fight. So you just, with these situations, it's going to be very interesting to see what Devin Haney we're going to get. Are we going to get the Devin Haney that was on his way to being a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter? Or pound-for-pound number 1? He was on his way for that because he was already a top 5 pound-for-pound guy. But he was on his way to being number 1 pound-for-pound. Do we have that? Or are we going to get a version of Devin Haney that's more gun-shy because of the knockout and is more vulnerable to being knocked out? Because, you know, boxing is very mental. Once he gets cracked hard, and Jose Ramirez is a puncher. He's Mexican. Mexicans, you know, they come in to leave it all, literally, leave it all in the ring. Warrior culture. So we're going to see. This is going to be a very interesting fight. I like this pairing for Devin Haney's first fight, because this is going to tell us what type of fighter Devin Haney is going to be moving forward. So a great main event. We also got Martin Bukelli on that card. Take the light, go. It's a yellow light. Why are you stopping? We also got Martin Bukelli on that card, the heavyweight that pulled the upset, one of the upsets of the year, when he beat Jared Anderson, Big Baby, last year, and gave Big Baby his first defeat. So he's going to be on that main card as well. I've been waiting to see him. He's been one of the most avoided heavyweights, and that night when we saw him fight Jared Anderson, Big Baby, we saw why he's been one of the most avoided heavyweights in all of boxing. And he thanked Turki Alalshik for, you know, for giving him that opportunity, because he was avoided, but now the world knows him. And he will be on that May card. So it's going to be a very fun card, very good card. Looking forward to that May card. And, you know, as I continue to hear more, I'll report more. I'm Waz for Waz Words Media. Peace.